Bienvenidos a todos, hermanos hispanohablantes. El director del FBI, Kash Patel, protagonizó una de las escenas más caóticas y vergonzosas que se han visto en el Congreso después de perder completamente la calma durante una audiencia sobre su comportamiento y su capacidad para dirigir el FBI. Pero lo que comenzó a decir frente a los senadores dejó a muchísima mente completamente sorprendida. Kash Patel es un tonto fuera de control y tiene que ser destituido como director del FBI de forma inmediata. Cada demócrata que se postule para la presidencia debería de incluir en su plataforma que en su primer día destituirá a Kash Patel y si pueden por favor que lo envíen al Alcatraz de los Caimanes o el Alligator Alcatraz. Y lo digo en serio, este es un hombre que ha puesto en peligro a todo el país mientras que en vez de hacer su trabajo como director del FBI se ha dedicado a tomar y tomar y tomar de su propia marca de bourbon. Es un chiste. Quiere ser una celebridad, es un podcaster y no debería de estar ni de cerca, en serio, ni cerca del FBI. Y hace unos días lo dejó increíblemente claro en el Congreso durante una audiencia. Simplemente implosionó, estaba gritando, chillando y atacando a los demócratas, perdiendo la cabeza. Quizás estaba con el síndrome de abstinencia, ni siquiera lo sé. Puede que estuviera con resaca. Quiero que revisemos estos clips seguidos porque a estas alturas realmente no tengo palabras. Obviamente voy a darles mi opinión al final, pero hay mucho que analizar sobre el colapso de Kash Patel, así que por favor les pido que se tomen un tiempo y vean todo este video. Créanme que es importante. Miren por favor.
I wanted to dip in because Senator Van Hollen's asking about the excessive drinking.
You agree, Director Patel, that if one of your agents was unable to perform his or her duties because of excessive drinking, you would need to take corrective or disciplinary action. You agree with that statement?
We would implement the inspection review process, just like these other agencies have their own internal investigations, and complete that review.
As I said in my opening remarks, I really don't care about your personal life so long as you are able to perform your public and official responsibilities, which are awesome responsibilities. Multiple reports, including reporting by The Atlantic, have alleged episodes of excessive drinking, unexplained absences, and behavior that concern current and former FBI and DOJ officials. You have publicly denied those allegations and filed a defamation lawsuit. So today, as you testify before Congress, is it your testimony that those allegations are categorically false?
Unequivocally, categorically false.
So there have been no occasions during your tenure when FBI personnel were unable to promptly reach you?
Absolutely not. You can ask my entire workforce. They hear from me at every single hour of the day, as do these great gentlemen here, as do the men and women of the interagency and state and local law enforcement and the White House.
And so there have been no occasions when your security detail had difficulty waking or locating you, is that right?
Nope, it's a total farce. I don't even know where you get this stuff, but it doesn't make it credible because you say so.
I'm not saying it, Director Patel. It's been written and documented.
You are literally saying it.
No, I'm saying that these are reports, Director Patel.
No,
and
unlike your baseless reports, the only person that was slinging margaritas in El Salvador on the taxpayer dollar with a convicted gangbanging rapist was you.
You know,
the only person that ran up a $7,000 bar tab in Washington, D.C. at the lobby bar was you. So the only individual in this room that has been drinking on taxpayer dime during the day is you.
Director Patel, come on. These are serious allegations that were made against you. They're in a lawsuit that you filed.
You drinking margaritas with a gangbanger is true and on video.
It just goes to show you
running a $7,000 bar tab at the lobby bar has been filed by your own office.
This goes to show
during the day. That's you. This is the ultimate example of hypocrisy.
Mr. Chairman,
I will not be tarnished by baseless allegations and fraudulent statements from the media.
The fact that you mentioned that indicates you don't know what you are talking about. Now, here, Director
The only thing
Patel,
I know is you're the one drinking margaritas with felons.
Actually, that's a false statement, and I'm asking you about your statements.
I've answered that.
And I'm asking you about a particular report. And
it's not a report.
Testimony. So let me ask you this. Are you willing to take the test, it's called the audit test, that members of our active duty military and others take to determine whether they have a drinking problem?
I'll take any test you're willing to take.
I will take it, Director Patel. I'll take it. You ready to take it?
Let's go.
Yes or no?
Let's go. Side by side.
I'll take it. All right. I think that the fact that you're so... Have you ordered polygraph tests of members of your team to determine how that story came about?
The FBI conducts polygraph tests all the time.
No, have you ordered polygraph tests for members of your team to determine who was the source of the stories that I'm asking you about?
I don't order any polygraph tests. There's an internal inspection review process for any and all leaks, especially of baseless information at the FBI, that's been in place for the last 30 years. Those processes are followed by career intelligence and agents on the ground.
So I'll take that as a yes, since you've said that these were unauthorized disclosures. I have another round of questioning regarding your firing people who were important to gathering intelligence with respect to Iran, but I'll wait for my second round. Thank you, Chairman.
What we're doing to expand specifically at the FBI, for the first time ever, we stood up our LEPIC, our Law Enforcement Partner Engagement Council. So I didn't want to just hear from police officers from around the country by email and phone call. I embedded 10 officers and sheriffs and tribal officers permanently at the FBI because they're the best connected. And so for us, that's the best way forward, along with getting out into the field and making sure our field partners see and feel us and touch us and tell us what their problems are.
Thank you, Director.
Senator, more connectivity to our state, local, and tribal partners is the utmost importance at DEA. Due with the significant change in the landscape with synthetic opioids, with more methamphetamine pills coming in, more cocaine coming in, it's important that those state and local counterparts, the men and women that are on the front lines every single day, have the same intelligence and the same information that the DEA does. Part of this is coming from our capacity to build foreign partnerships. The amount of foreign partnerships and people we have downrange in Mexico and Colombia, that intel is critical to the beat officer that's working in rural areas. So we have to continue to be better partners, continue to be more engaged, and respond when they call for help to address violent criminal activity.
Director Serralta, I'm going to interrupt myself. I appreciate the work that you and the Marshal Service do to keep federal judges safe. But there's thousands of state and local judges who don't have the same intelligence network, the same resources. I'm proud to co-sponsor a bill with Senator John Cornyn that would create a new state judicial threat intelligence and resource center. It would provide security assessments for local courts and help local law enforcement make assessments about how to keep judges' homes safe and how to keep court personnel safe. It's passed the Senate unanimously. Do you have any opinion about whether or not the House should take it up and whether or not partnering with state and local court systems would help advance judicial security in this country?
Senator, thank you. Thank you for your work on that. My opinion will be is that any judge that we can keep safe, whether it be in state or the federal bench, we should keep safe. To that end, I'll tell you, judges make decisions that are life-changing, sometimes to themselves. So 50% of the time, someone is upset with the judge's decision, right? Yep. Whether they win or lose. And that's something that we need to keep in mind. The justices, judges, the judiciary are the pillars of our country.
I look forward to working with you on protecting and promoting judicial security. Director Patel, reauthorization of Section 702 is something I've previously grappled with, but we've not heard at all from officials from the FBI or the other intelligence agencies testifying about the proposed 18-month clean extension. Were you invited by Chairman Grassley to testify before our committee about Section 702?
What I recall, Senators, that we in the FBI team have been providing briefings pursuant to the chairman's request. So we've done at least a dozen in the Senate and at least half a dozen or more in the House, including myself and Director Ratcliffe personally. Okay.
I have not participated in or benefited from any of those briefings. And doing oversight on the reforms that were put in place and how closely they're being followed is critical to my concluding whether or not I'll vote for an extension. Director, I have to ask you one last question. You attended the Olympics in Milan. How much did your trip cost, and to what extent did that help you carry out your mission as director of the FBI?
I greatly appreciate the question, Senator. As you know, the FBI and DHS are responsible for the security of the Olympics, the World Cup, the F1, the Super Bowl, and everything else. We had 250,000 Americans travel to Milan. We're proud that we stood up our jock there and had 0 major security incidents involving American citizens. And what we did was we purposely planned that trip around the Olympics because, as I mentioned in my opening, the top cyber criminal from the CCP was housed in Italian custody. While there, we were able to work an agreement, an arrangement to have that individual expelled from Italy instead of going back to China, like has so often happened in places like Serbia. And so we accomplished that mission and we kept it quiet, and that individual was returned to America 2 weeks ago.
Creo que es muy importante que dejemos claro que esta gente no quiere estar haciendo estos trabajos. Es un punto que he planteado un par de veces últimamente. Pete Hexen en realidad solo quiere seguir siendo un presentador de Fox. Sean Duffy quiere seguir siendo una estrella de reality show. Eso es lo que Donald Trump quiere en última instancia. Solo quiere jugar golf y construir cosas, ¿verdad? Eso es todo lo que Donald Trump quiere hacer. Quiere construir cosas porque nunca construyó nada de consecuencia o éxito en su vida como ciudadano privado. Así que ahora puede hacerlo con dólares del gobierno y forzar todo el peso del gobierno de los Estados Unidos para lograrlo. Él está feliz de hacerlo porque significa que sus proyectos no fracasarán espectacularmente ni irán a la quiebra, ya que simplemente puede imponérselos a contribuyentes. Pero nadie en esta administración quiere hacer realmente su trabajo. Kash Patel, como les digo, el director del FBI, es un gran ejemplo de esto, obviamente, porque tienes a esa novia que todos sabemos que la novia de Kash Patel probablemente sea un agente del Mossad, con la que vuelan los G7 y siempre está de fiesta, siempre está bebiendo y siempre está haciendo el podcast. Pero Kash Patel no quiere hacer este trabajo. Estas personas fundamentalmente no quieren hacer su trabajo. Y creo que es algo importante de lo que tenemos que hablar en el contexto de lo que el gobierno puede hacer realmente. Sé que esto es un poco un giro respecto a Kash Patel, pero piensen en Soro Mandani. ¿Y por qué Soro Mandani, el alcalde de Nueva York, tiene tanto éxito? Es porque tiene una dedicación inquebrantable a la ciudad de Nueva York y a lo que va a hacer para mejorarla. Le encanta mejorarla, le encanta tapar baches. ¿Qué fue aquello de los 90.000 baches tapados? Estoy tapando baches y estamos paleando nieve. Soro Mandani ama que el gobierno funcione y creo que ese tiene que ser el contraste que los demócratas establezcan frente a esta visión cultural de larga data de que el gobierno apesta y no puede funcionar. Existe esta cita de Reagan que dice que lo más aterrador que un estadounidense puede escuchar es: hola, soy del gobierno y estoy aquí para ayudar. No. El gobierno puede hacer cosas grandes, puede hacer cosas impactantes e importantes y no debería estar lleno de malditos fracasados, podcasters, influencers y presentadores de Fox News. Debería de estar lleno de personas que quieran terminar el trabajo, ser útiles. Así que creo que si los demócratas quieren cambiar fundamentalmente la cultura en torno a la percepción del gobierno, eso empieza por, primero, tener ideas progresistas grandes y audaces que puedan cambiar la vida de las personas y sus condiciones materiales de manera significativa. Pero también señalando que a los republicanos no les gusta gobernar, no quieren hacer el trabajo, no son buenos en ello. Son un partido obstruccionista por naturaleza y creo que deberíamos de señalar eso. Kash Patel es el ejemplo perfecto. El hombre es un borracho, es un tonto, es un podcaster y uno malo. Está tratando de sacar mercancía de su vida en el gobierno. Él no es alguien a quien deberíamos de querer de ninguna forma dentro del gobierno y eso es lo que tenemos. Un gobierno ocupado ahora mismo por podcasters, por influencers, por personas de reality shows, por personas de programas de Fox. Deberíamos de tener adultos reales que quieran hacer cosas para mejorar nuestras vidas. Y esto no siempre tiene que ser llamativo o sexy, tiene que ser bueno, no importa si es aburrido. Tenemos que hablar de los méritos de ello, porque este tipo, este idiota que probablemente está perjurando durante la mayor parte de su intervención, es un ejemplo brillante de lo que está roto dentro de nuestro gobierno y de por qué necesitamos arreglarlo. ¿Por qué podemos arreglarlo? Y honestamente, porque es un trabajo arduo, pero no tan difícil conceptualmente decir que el gobierno puede y debe de hacer más y mejor. Solo miren a Soro Mandani. Él es el mejor ejemplo de esto. Esa debería de ser la luz que nos guía a todos y Kash Patel debería de ser el ejemplo negativo, el ejemplo antagonista de esto. Es obvio que este tipo es un lunático y repito, tiene que ser destituido de su cargo. Creo que al igual que Pam Bondi tuvo su audiencia que acabó con su carrera y Christine Noem igual, creo que esto podría ser el final para Kash Patel. Porque eso es una maldita insensatez y vamos a seguir cubriendo esto todos los días como lo venimos haciendo sin falta durante más de un año. Y bueno amigos, acabamos de llegar al final del video. Espero de todo corazón que este video les haya gustado. Si fue así, por favor háganmelo saber en los comentarios. Recuerden que para mí lo más importante siempre va a ser su opinión. También les recuerdo que si les gusta el contenido de política estadounidense, les va a encantar suscribirse al canal, ya que subo videos como estos todos los días. No olviden dejar su like en el video y compartirlo. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Adiós.